Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica, known as Data Geek, and today we're doing something very useful. So have you ever been asked which trading strategy actually works better? Well, today we're going to use two popular strategies, the RSI strategy and the price action breakout strategy. We're going to compare them side by side to see which ones actually work better. And we're going to build both bots inside Python using Jupyter Notebook. We're going to backtest them using real sales data from Alpha Vantage and compare their performances side by side. So stick around to the end because the results might surprise you. So let's get started. Okay, so here I am in my Jupyter Notebook. So if you want to learn how to download Jupyter Notebook, I have a video. I will put that link in the description below on how to download Anaconda Navigator to use Jupyter Notebook. So in this video, we're going to use 5 simple steps to compare RSI versus price action trading strategy in Python. So we're just going to jump right into it. The first thing we need to do is import libraries. And the first thing is import requests with an S. Import pandas as PD. Then we put import numpy as NP. And import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. And I will run this code. And it ran successfully because there's a number here. So just real quick overview. So import request. So what request does is it will help us connect to the internet and pull stock from the Alpha Vantage website. Pandas helps us organize and clean data in tables. NumPy helps us do calculations, and matplotlib will help us draw charts to visualize the results. So now we can go ahead and add another line under download historical data, which is step 2. And we start off with API underscore key equals. Here you're going to put your Alpha Vantage key. Now, if you're not sure how to get an Alpha Vantage key, I will put that link in the description below. You simply click that link and sign up for Alpha Vantage key. So what this does is actually lets them know it's an actual person, which is you, requesting the data. So don't share that key with anybody. And I will put a note here. Replace with your actual key. Okay, the next thing we're going to do symbol, SYMBOL equals. Now here we want Apple stock. So we're going to use the ticker for Apple, which is AAPL. And again, I'm going to put a list of tickers in the description below. So say if you want to do other tickers, you can besides Apple. Now your URL equals, and I actually have the URL already typed up. This is the URL we will use. Then we want response equals requests.get, open parentheses, URL, close parentheses. Now next data equals response.json, open and close parentheses. Next we will analyze and clean the data. So df equals pd.dataframe, data bracket, and then df.index equals pd.to underscore date time df.index. Now I went over all of this stuff in the previous episode, so if you want to know what all of this is, you can go to the previous episode and watch that as well. This is episode 6 and the last episode in this series. df. equals df.sort underscore index, df equals df.as type. I'm going to put a float. If you went over the last episode, you will see that things are slightly different in this video. Two open brackets, single quotation, 4 dot, space, close, single quotation, and 2 close brackets, dot, rename, open parentheses, columns, equals, and then we're going to do a curly bracket, single quotation, 4 dot, close, semicolon, single quotation, close again, but with the capital C, and then close that curly bracket and close the parentheses. So we will run this code. So what we are doing here, you're asking Alpha Vantage to please send me daily stock prices for Apple, which is why we did the AAPL. Then you're organizing your data into a clean table, one row for each date frame, one column for the closing price, and then we're sorting all of the dates from oldest to newest. So that's why this sort is there. Then you create your float as a data type. So now in step 3, the RSI strategy, I'm going to go ahead and paste some code in here. So this one we also did in the last episode. So this part here, we're actually just calculating the RSI strategy. If you're not sure what RSI means, it means relative strength index. So this code right here, this you are creating a function that takes a list of prices, which is series, and calculate the RSI using a rolling window. And it's usually 14 days. So that's why we have 14 here. And this here, this delta equals series.diff. So this line finds how much the price changes each day. So it goes up or down. And then the gains, this here. So what this does, it sets all losses to 0. So it keeps only the gains. And then it calculates the average gain over the 14 days. And then this loss here, the loss equals negative delta dot clip. So what this does is it sets all gains to 0, converts losses to positive numbers, and then averages the losses over the 14 days. And then this RS equals gain divided by loss. So this is the core ratio behind the RSI. So what it's doing is you're naming this RS, and this is the gain, which is here, divided by the loss, which is here. Then you return 100 minus, and then 100 divided by 1 plus the RS, the order of operations, right? So what this does is converts the RS into a number between 0 and 100. High RSI equals mostly gains, and low RSI equals mostly losses. So this function takes daily price changes, figures out how often the price goes up versus down over the 14 days, and returns that into a score from 0 to 100. So if the score is low, under 30, the price has been falling. It might be a good time to buy. If the score is high, over 70, the price has been rising fast. It might be a good time to sell. So now we will go ahead and paste the code here. So now we're actually giving our signals. So here it says anything below the 30, that means the stock is oversold, so we buy. And if the RSI rises above 70, that means the stock is overbought, so we sell. Then you save that buy or sell signal in a new column, and we shift it by 1 day so you're not cheating by reacting too soon. So again, we did this same thing in episode 5. I'm going to run that code. So now price action bot strategy, we're going to step number 4. So I will go ahead and copy and paste the next code. And again, we did this in episode 4, typing it out. So in this step, what you are doing is you're creating a strategy based on price breakouts. This is price action only. So if today's prices is higher than the past 5 days, that's why we put 5D high here, it's the highest. So it breaks out high, and that means we buy, right? So if it goes high, we buy. If today's price is lower than the past 5 days lowest, that means it's a breakout down, so we sell. So anything down, we sell. Again, you shift the signal by 1 day to simulate a real life reaction. And that is what we did here. So we will go ahead and run this code. Ran successfully because we got a number there. Now the back test and plot. So this is actually the reason why this video is created. So we can actually see these between these popular strategies, the RSI and the price action strategy. And we will also see how the market goes up and down. So again, I'm going to copy and paste this code in here. So it's DF single quotation market return. Then we have a DF single quotation close. We have our RS strategy and a market return, RSI position, and then we have the DF PA strategy, market return, and PA position. So these are our strategies that we are creating. Then we go ahead and mark them in the plot. So this is our plot here. So now I will go ahead and run this code so you can kind of see. So here we go. We have our blue is the market, RSI strategy is in orange, and then the price action strategy is in green. You can see the trend within time. So this final result, we're comparing the performance of the RSI strategy and the price action breakout strategy over time. So the blue line shows what would happen if you just held the stock market. So that's the market return. And yes, in this case, holding the stock performed better than both the RSI and the price action bots. Can you believe this? But here's the key takeaway. It doesn't mean trading bots are useless. It just means that we need to keep tweaking them, add risk management, or apply them in different market conditions. That's what this series was all about, testing, comparing, and learning how to improve. So that is it. Now you've seen how to backtest and compare two real strategies using Python. We walked through RSI, price action, and even plotted both results to see which one came out on top. So if you found this helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss another video on learning more about Python code. You can download the full code on GitHub. I will put that link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.